Hey, hi guys. So it's been pretty late. I have been running a bit late. That's why I started the live a bit late. Okay. So today we are going to do portrait edits. So there was a recent video which we posted maybe last week or last to last week. I don't really remember. But we did a portrait shoot with Shruti, specifically for not for YouTube. It was a portrait shoot, but we did shoot for YouTube as well. So there were two sessions. We are going to go through a lot of things. We are going to go through. So if you have not seen the video, I'll just give you like a gist of things. So we had one white outfit, and we the theme word for what that day was to shoot five different ways using that same outfit. You can see it all in the videos. And today we are going to cover portrait edits. I am going to cover some of more of AI, but AI reels and videos are going to come next week. So they are going to be specific with the new AI which is there with Photoshop, as well as something uh, so much of AI has been introduced. But we are going to cover specifically for Photoshop and some of the editing techniques what I use, which makes my work faster, which makes it more observant. But today we are going to cover the ones with the camera raw, and then we are going to go into portrait. Other than that, I will be also showing how to do bulk editing. So how can you do bulk edits? So all of these photos where she had a very good skin. So this was our model Shruti. So she had very good skin. So bulk edits were very good with her because her skin not much to edit, but still keeping the texture and everything. So there was not a lot of blemishes and all of those work to be done. So it was pretty straightforward. There were two shoots on that day. So one was this and white outfit, and then also we did a gold makeup. But gold makeup we'll be doing in some other edit because that is specific to beauty. But today we'll be doing AI, basic AI plus bulk editing. That will be the topic. Okay. I don't. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy you pop up in the chat. Okay. So let's start. Which one we should? We should start. We will start with the first set, right? So first one, what we did is this was a window light. So this was straight out of camera. What I'll do is for a few of the photos, like this many photos, what I'll do is because these are already edited, I'll go to camera raw, and what I'll do is reset to default. Okay, cool. And then I'll do done. Then I can show you the actual photos. Uh, okay, that only see that was the trick with the bulb that which I missed, which I wanted to. So you can select, you can do control all, you can select all the photos, and you can put all the settings on all the photos at the same time. So that is what bulk editing what we are going to show today. So but we are going to use it with AI. I am using a Mac, but it should work with Windows as well. But the processing might be different with the kind of Windows machine you're using. I'm using a MacBook Pro, so the processing is different. Okay. So this is the photo what I like. This is the original. Her skin was very nice, so I did not have to do a lot of retouch. This is straight out of camera. I can quickly tell you my settings. So I was playing at 640 ISO. It was a 85 mm lens. It was 1.8 because it was sunlight, so I was doing at 1.8. But my lens, let's not shoot at 1.8. This is a wrong example I'm giving, but it was quite sharp, but you can see the other eye is not sharp, right? So rather a 1.8 lens, I will rather prefer shooting it at 2.8 or something. So it is pretty sharp. So 85 lens is pretty sharp. I use with the adapter, so that should be not a problem. So let's start with the ones which I marked for star. Okay. So I'll show you more bulk editing. Right. So we'll do 3 to 4 more sets. So there are 5 sets, but we'll do some good ones. Like I'll revert this also back to original default. So I'll do select one image, do control all, do go to reset to default. I'm actually using Camera Raw. This is from the Photoshop beta. But Camera Raw, the normal Photoshop, I think Camera Raw is same. It is just it connected to which program, I think. So this is connected to beta. Okay, cool. So what you're going to do is whatever, I have marked so many as 5. So let's take like till here the complete series. Okay. This was a different one, so we moved the background. So if I see this one, this is similar, but we moved the background to a different place. We are trying to get the window highlights like that, right? So window was behind her, so it was giving her highlights on both of the sides, right? So this was still a natural setup, but I had boosted the ISO a lot. So if you see, the ISO was like 1000 here, right? But still the photo was pretty dark, but we wanted to try that. But the skin has come very nice. There was a lot of grain, but I have processed it differently to make it more like a hazy feel. Okay, so let's not work on that first. Okay, let's work on this series. So I'm going to choose all open in Camera Raw. This can be done in Lightroom as well, but I have not done bulk editing in Lightroom. Okay. So it opened all the photos. First, what I do is I always fix, if you're posting to Instagram, let's fix the composition. I either 4:5 or 8.5:11. I generally do 8.5:11. So fix it in a way that it matches. Like either the hand is getting cut, so I would rather not cut the head in this photo. And if you see, all of the photos are getting adjusted accordingly, right? So yes, it is bulk editing, but in some photos, some series, you will have to bulk edit only those 4 because they are in a similar pattern. So like I chose now last 4 and I just took this one, right? So it fixed all of those. If it is not, then we should be fixing them individually as well. Okay. But if you feel the hand has to be there, then you definitely have to take it in Photoshop and make it correct. But we are not going to go into Photoshop a lot today, right? Like this complete series looks, it can go a bit higher. Okay, so all of the photos like this one individually can go higher, right? This one can go higher, this 3 can go differently higher, right? But still the process is very fast. You are trying to edit so many photos at one time, right? Okay. So I think the last photo is not yet fixed with the composition. Let's do like this. Perfect. Right. So this one and this one, can we go together? Right. Perfect. Okay. So let's go to, there are total in, I think, I don't know, 15 or 17 photos total. I have done like 30 photos at a time as a bulk editing, so it works pretty nice. Okay, so once the composition is fixed, the other thing what I try to do is, here my white balance was 5500. So I try to, like if you want to do creative edits and all of those things, I would prefer you choose your white balance accordingly. So I will rather choose, go back here, add to fixed one photo. Let's try something. So let's go like warmer tones. So this is a different feel. So you can give a warmer tone as well. Still with the white dress it is looking nice. But don't overdo it, then it will look very blue. I think this is a level good if you really want to go a warmer tone. Or we can go a bit high on temperature to show like a evening sunset something kind of vibe. So it's totally your choice. But once I do for all of the photo get changed at once. I think we'll go something in the middle. So it was 550, but we'll go a bit towards uh, some coolish tones. I think that was the theme which I not did on the YouTube, but this will treat them differently. The white is looking nice. Okay. The other way of doing this is true to the shoot. What we are doing is taking the color balance next to white balance. Check it on the whitish part. What you can see on the photo. I generally test the eyes because eyes, the white part is generally completely white unless you are using gels or something, right? So that gives you a true color balance with respect to the photo at what time you have done, or according to the image, not what time it has done, according to the image, the white balance, like 50% gray and all of those things, right? So it is showing 4750, but we will go a cooler tone like 4450, I think, rather 4000. I think this is looking nice. The skin tones are looking nice. She was a quite fair model, and the white dress is looking still white. Okay, so this is quite good. Sorry, I did something. Okay, sorry. 4000, perfect. Okay. So once I do that, I generally try to apply now some AI filters. So just to fix the skin. So what I do is I go into the adaptive portrait. So this is, we are doing portrait edit. So I generally zoom in to like 100% on the face where I can see the texture, and let's try the enhance filter or the glamour filter. Where the texture is looking nice, I don't want it to be extra smoothened. So try to choose something like, I think enhance is making it very soft. I would rather go with the glamour one. Right? So it's trying to apply all of that on, I don't know, 16. No, there are 17, there are 16 photos. So these are one of the AI filters which has made my flow very fast. Once that is done, I try to do I zoom out, and now I try to do a adaptive subject. So maybe a color pop, a warm pop, a soft definitely makes the contrast and everything go soft, cool soft, because now we are going with uh, cooler tones. I will definitely prefer soft, cool soft, vibrant, or glow is very bad. I would prefer going with pop, but not completely. I will remove, so it is at 100%, so it varies from 0 to 100, and you can take it to, I think, double the 200 as well. We're trying to apply on all of those. It is pretty fast. If you're taking 40 images also, still it's quite fast. It shows you, but it's faster than that 20 seconds. Right? But I will make it like half, not around 65% or something. Okay, cool. This looks nice. The skin is looking nice. Let's Once this is done, I generally what I do is I test it with one image, and then what I do is I use my filters what I have made for myself. For each image I try to make a filter, because that makes my process fast. So you can apply a filter later. So filter is basically that setting for that complete set. So filters will be also coming soon. So this was my gold dark, gold new, gold with white lash. So this is gives you a more very contrasty, like film kind of look and this is gives you more natural look. So we can go with this one, and but I will not use it completely. I'll use it like let's not use this. I will do a Control Z. Right, because we are not going with the warmer tones, right? So let's try to, I think the exposure is looking pretty nice, but let's increase the shadows a bit. But we'll do selective shadowing. So first we will tweak the subject. So what I've done is all images at one time I have chose select subject. And we'll increase the shadows a bit, not much, just to bring the shadows out of her hair. I think everywhere else the balance is very good. Exposure I think the exposure is good. Highlights we can go a bit down, so it does not looks very punchy. Right? So I'll go -29 something. Blacks, let's not touch blacks. Blacks in selective color I really don't like. It gives a very patchy look for some reason. Let's go whites less, right? Okay. This is looking more natural rather than the one which we are doing, like this one and this one. So this is looking more natural. And what you can always do is, in here again you can tweak the temperature and we can make it a bit warm. So it will be a good contrast between the background and here where the subject is a bit warm, and it gives a nice tones. And tint we can go a bit pink because her skin was nice. So skin was nice in a sense कि I think it was fair. So pink, generally I try to give fair skin a bit pink, so it looks more natural and color matches. I think other than that everything is good. Okay, so this is all in bulk editing, right? Let's do select background. Okay, so we have selected the background, and most of places it is pretty good, so I don't have to tweak the mask unless it's a pretty different outfit. Then I have to go and tweak the mask for each photo, but in this, when I had done the editing, it was not a problem. So again this will go a bit warmer tone, not like more warm but a bit more warm, so it looks more bluish. Exposure wise I'll increase the whites. Exposure I'll not touch. Contrast we can increase. Yes, shadows a bit. Right. So now what is happening, it is getting separated from the background, so that is looking nice, right? So earlier it was not, it was like merging into the background, but now because we created the subject to be a warmer tone and the background to be a cooler tone, it is kind nicely like moved from the subject, right? Sorry, subject has moved from the background, so that is looking nice. Okay, cool. So I think this is pretty good out of it. Let's do some calibration. So calibrations are basic primary colors, how you want to treat them. So I generally only touch blue primary unless it's a different one, then only I touch the green and red, but I generally touch because blue primary affects the skin the most. So if you see here, see it can go like a red or it can go like very very unsaturated. So I will touch it very slightly, and the saturation actually controls the bit of this, right? So I can go a bit like this, so it is creating nice piece. One more thing, just for the sake of just fun, we can go fun a lot. uh, we'll go radial gradient, because the thing is that the sun was coming from the left hand side. What we'll do is we'll put a radial gradient. I have drawn a big circle. Yes. Just covering the face and everything when taking it here, and rotating it because it was coming from an angle. And then what I'll do is I'll just do shadow, some highlights, and I'll just increase the circle so it kind of reaches her half of the face, so it looks does not looks very means I'm not making it like super punchy, but very light punchy. Increase the highlights a bit so it gives more of that Rembrandt or some kind of look. Okay. And then I would rather make it a bit less on temperature, right? So it matches with it was daylight or the complete thing, right? Cool. So all of the photos are looking like this, right? If you feel, see, right? So here you might have to adjust that circle. So when you see here, when you go here, because this is a bigger image, it is not coming till here, you will have to adjust the circle for here. And maybe because you're sitting, the day was maybe changing, so you will have to adjust the saturation also bit more. Right? Same is for other photos. So some you have to take, otherwise the bulk editing works pretty nice. So these are similar set of photos, I think. Let's do like this. Let's do like this. Increase the temperature a bit. Right. This is nice. I think the first photo is looking nice. The other ones we need to tweak a bit. So let's take that circle nearer, bigger. Right, perfect. Okay. So that is looking nice. So let's go out of this. Okay. So that is pretty much it. So we are going to do one or two more sets, bulk editing. If you have any questions in between, I'll be more than happy to answer. So let's see that. So we'll be doing done, or you can export as well, but I have already posted that series. But this has gone a bit different now, completely. Right, so if you see, the series has gone now pretty wide. Nice. So I'll definitely correct the arm hairs and everything. I will take it into Photoshop. But this was pretty fast editing, and it hardly took some time. So I was just explaining that's why it took more time. But otherwise, this is pretty fast. Okay. So let's not do this series because this will be similar. This is the effect. I don't want to miss and somebody ask me. So this is the effect which I created with one of the glasses what I have. So this is not done in Photoshop. This is straight out of the camera. So it gives like what you say. It's like a glass. It's like a prism. So if you have not used prism, I would rather say you Google Prism. So Prism is a great idea to give some dynamic thing to your portraits, like this one, right? It feels like a godlike feature, godlike not like a moody feature. So what you can do is we can edit this 6 photos if you wish to, right? So let's do this 7 photos, let's do this one. I'll show you, right, what it was looking like. It was looking like this, right? Then as I showed you, I'll go first. I've chose all the photos 8.5, pretty much like this. That time we had gone cooler, this time we will go warm, but we'll go warm a bit different way. Okay, so let's not touch that. Let's go first to correcting. Let's go zoom in 100% on the skin. See, the eyes are not sharp because the lens filter comes in between, but still is great. That's not a challenge. Here the eyes are good, right? But we'll choose all the photos. Glamour, I think in this case glamour will again work. Polish look, enhance eyes. I think glamour will again work here, but here we'll give cool soft, hopefully. Let's see. So there is soft, then there is cool soft. We'll go with cool soft. This is giving like more hazy feeling, so let's go to selective editing, go to choose, go to here. Your select subject might go wrong because it's choosing flowers, the flowers are red and all of those things, but let's trust it chose correctly, right? So the shadows can go a bit up so it feels more natural. I can increase a bit of exposure. You can go warmer on the tones from here. That's what I was trying to say. I was not trying to edit there, but here we can go warmer on the tones. Pink on the skin a bit. Correct. Nice. So I think create, and then we choose background. But we can ideally go and invert the background as well. But choose your mask correctly. I'm just showing it part of the edit, so that might be a thing. But cool. Okay, so here again we'll go a bit warmer tone, so we have a difference, not subtle. I don't want to make it like it feels like an edit. If we go warm, it will feel like warm. I'll go a bit pungent, like separating it again, not more, right? But I'll keep it toward the greenish tone. Okay. And this I can go a bit yellow, reddish tone. Okay. That gives that haze also nice feeling. But this might not have affected this one, but this must, right? So this was a pretty more exposure. I think here on this one you can go less on highlights, but otherwise the exposure is pretty bad. Right. So we'll go here, we'll go normal. But I think here we should go half highlights. Same here. I think it is not looking punchy enough then. Right. Nice. Okay. Cool. So this is looking amazing. Nice. 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 Okay. So this was another image what we did a bit differently than the other ones. So earlier one was a different one. And we can always go, if you want to add more haze or something, you can always use curve, pick a point here. Don't change this point, but change the lower dark point. So it will add more haze to the picture. Like see here, right? It's adding a very black haze, which was very good in old photos or something. But this is a nice feature. I sometimes, if they are contrasty gel images, something very contrast, I try to give a black and whites. I try to give this. So there is one preset I have is so see this is the white, black and white, green, hazy feel. This is a I have pretty wild presets. This is also looking nice, but this is like very different. I would have not thought like that. I could have thought like that because I only have created. But this is will not go with this thing. So we'll control all, control Z, control Z. Okay, cool. Cool. So we are back to what we have done. So if you have any question, guys, so I'll be more than happy to answer. We are using like very light AI, but next week we are going to do a full video, rather more of reels, and a video will also I'm trying to bring up where I'll be showing you the new generative fill, but I'm trying to cover that in reels as well, so you will be able to see how you can use the new features to make your work faster. So I'm kind of scared, but I'm not scared as well. I'm very happy because I am using it very proactively, the new features of AI, which is making my work faster, which is sometime if you have done something wrong, you can correct your work. You can correct your lighting as well, so there are features like those will also be covering, but I will not prefer covering lighting because for me lighting is kind of life. So I will not cover lighting. So I will never do that. Okay. So let me place it somewhere else. So cool. Okay. Like this is looking nice. Let's do one more series which is a favorite of mine. So this is similar. I did so here what I had done in this series is okay, let me show you this series. So this series I was holding a plastic in front of it, so it was giving that hazy feeling all together. I did not add that hazy feeling, it was coming from the plastic what I used in front of it. Okay, so this is very good for those kind of portraits where they are not in focus but they look very much dreamy and all of those things, right? Like this one, but it looks very nice and dreamy, so the focus has gone to the hand, right? But the plastic behaves because so that's the thing, but this looks very nice and dreamy, right? So it depends. This was when I increased the temperature to like 7000 or 7500, so it was looking very more punchy. So I told you, right, we shot so many themes with it, so this was more warmer theme with a natural light. Then we did a backlit. So backlit is also one of my favorite. I can show you few of the backlit, but backlits are like kind of straightforward. Let's do random backlits. Okay. Let's do. I'll not change a lot of that. So I've chose 3 photos. Still bulk editing. Restore to default, right? So they are pretty backlit, so I did not use any light, so this was just one light, but let's choose that. So it was not nice, giving nice highlights. Let's go to our crop tool, choose the correct crop. This is nice. So I want to make this were not color, this I'll make this black and white. So black and whites are life. Black and whites are very good. Will increase the shadow so we see some face where the light is not hitting. I could have put one more, rather than doing this in edit, I could have put softbox or something to highlight that, but that could have not given that subtle feeling. So I'll just increase something in curves, go also in the basic settings and increase not this much, a very subtle one where I can see the eye, I can see the drama, right? Rather like this photo, it will show the drama, right? Cool, right? So this is one of the theme. Temperature wise, now we don't have to control all of that, but then I will do again my simple glamour portrait. I'll go soft pop, I'll go whites increase, so whites looks more white. So generally in backlit photos or something I increase the whites a lot, so it's covering nice. It is not like killing the color, it is somewhere, but I think that is a saturation, but not the white is killing the color. So if you want to check how whites are killing something, you can click alt and move those cursor, right? So it will show you where it is killing the colors, right? So here all it is killing, here it is not, but I like to kill because it's sometime there, right? So that is your before and this is your after. Nice subtle. Okay, cool, right? We can increase the shadows a bit more of the photos, or maybe the exposure a bit more, right? This is looking nice, very soft and tender, soft and like a hazy kind of feel, but I like backlit portraits a lot. Let's do done. Okay, so we'll come to our favorite series, right? So this was one of my favorite series. So we were like doing a sheen cloth and we were trying to take photos with one light setup only again. So we'll choose few photos where the eye is nice in focus, like this one, and maybe this one. Okay, let's again do bulk edit. So I did like 35 photos together, or more or lesser, but I think a max I have done 30 or 40 photos as I told earlier, right? Let's do reset to default. Again, let's go pull in 8.5. Here the face is more important. In this one I'll pull it down, right? The composition is fixed. Nice. Now for this one I had already gone 7500, so the original one is 7500, but we can go cooler tones also, so it will give a different vibe, but I will not go with cooler tone, but let's try that. Let's go like 50 to 100, not a lot cooler, like we can go this much cooler. Okay, and then we'll try to edit it differently. Okay, let's go again. I don't think the enhanced portrait, because now AI doesn't understand that there is a cloth or something. It does not, like if I focus, it is not going to affect that glamour anything, because it is not able to understand that. It is, but it is not, it is very subtle, you will not be able to do anything. So I'll not put here, I'll rather give a pop or a warm pop or soft. I'll rather keep it to pop, but I'll keep it to 50%, not that much, because we want to do everything into selective edit here then, right? Let's do first a linear gradient, because see the light is coming throughout, so I'll rather keep a linear gradient. So this square like half of till her nose or till the second eye, and I will try to do something warm, not a lot of warm to change the complete tone, and increase the highlights, not the temperature a bit, just to feel that the light is coming very near to her. And what I'll do is I'll gradually shift this point a bit far, and this one, right? So it should feel that. So these three are different portraits. So for this first two photos I'll to adjust it separately, but I will go a bit more warmer and less on the exposure. Shadow wise I think we are good. Okay, I increase the shadows a bit, but for these two photos we'll have to treat it differently. Okay, because here this is not going to cut here, it is going to cut here, and here we will have to go a bit more warm, but it is more farther because the hand is coming, so it's a bit different, and we'll go more punchy, and this can go far the point. Okay, so there is basically no background in this photo, but this is looking kind of nice. So this is different than what we edited earlier, right? What we'll do is we'll give few more punches to it. Okay, let's go do radial, like very subtle. Cool. And this is going to work differently over here. Let's do it like an elongated one. Right, and then overall we'll try to manage it with curves now. So we'll choose both the images. Let's not do curves first. So I was thinking let's do linear gradient again the other way, now bringing it towards the other nose from the side, and just remove little bit of complete exposure, shadows less, highlights less. So let's try to create that drama. In this too the drama will look different. Till here, and it can go more so now the drama is like very subtle. What you can do is we can go here and we can remove the amount by like 50-60%. So if you see from here, this was our original image what I had edited, which was warm tones and everything, but now it's more cool temperatures. Cool. Let's go now to curves. Touch the curves, bring the shadows a bit down and the highlights a bit up to make it more punchy. Not so what happens is when you do the S curve, when you're doing shadows and then you're putting the mid tones, it adds a very if you're not controlling correctly, it adds a very harsh contrast. So if you see, the contrast is very harsh, especially in this area, right? So if I do like this, like very harsh, it's a way of doing, but I will go like very subtle. You'll have to balance the shadows then. I think overall it can go a bit up on the exposure or shadows, and then calibration wise we can go more towards the skin tone, and then right, nice. So awesome. Okay, so let me show you side by side two photos what we just edited, and let me take a old edit of mine. Let's do portraits. I think that will be a better understanding. Right. See, like this one and this one, totally different, right? So it's kind of day and night, but it things on how you want to creatively edit, or sometime if this was a campaign shoot or something, how the brand want to put it. So brand wants a warmer tone or a cooler tone, how it if it was to go on prints or something, This can be for a beauty brand, this can be for anything else as well. There are a lot of possibilities, but how the brand also want to. So it is part of learning. So how you put the edits and everything. At the end of the day, I like to create that drama. Cool. Okay. So guys, if you have more questions, but I think we are good for today. I'll be posting this video, so definitely you can ask the questions later. But this is the similar series, but I wanted to do two to three different series. This is one with the flash again. So this was the one with the flash. So this is completely different. So natural light, flash, they all are very different, but this is very bigger light, like 120 centimeter. You can see it in the video. So it's totally different than what you are trying to create. So this gives a very different feeling, and we can definitely edit. This is again edited in Lightroom only. I have not gone into Photoshop. So if you want to understand this kinds of edits as well, we can just message in the comments and I'll be more than happy to show. But all of this, all of Shruti's photos, all of this complete series of natural light as well as flash or white dress is done in Lightroom or Camera Raw. I have not touched Photoshop. But if you have questions, you are not able to catch up the live, more than happy to. You watch later, you ask questions, I'll be more than happy to answer. And next week we are bringing more AI reference, and so you'll also be able to play with AI, understand AI. You are already playing with AI, that's very good. I would rather say let's be observant, let's learn AI and try to make our work faster. That will only I'll be saying, and I'll be doing the same. Let's not get scared because AI is going to be there. So why not watch it? Why not learn it? Okay. If you don't have any questions, have an amazing Sunday, relax, and catch you later.